Hello all, welcome to part 20 of JavaScript for Beginners series. In this session, I am going to explain and practically demonstrate arrays. So let's get started. First of all, what exactly are arrays? Arrays in JavaScript allow us to store multiple values into a single variable. Okay, arrays in JavaScript allow us to store multiple values into a single variable. What will happen if you don't have arrays? For example, guys, when you create a variable like this, into this variable in JavaScript, you can only store a single value like this. But if you try to store multiple values, it is not possible, guys. You cannot store this kind of multiple values into this kind of variable, guys. But in JavaScript, we have something known as arrays, using which we can store multiple values into a single variable. The only thing that you have to do is just surround this list with square brackets. It becomes an array, guys. Simple, very simple, right? Just surround this list of values with the square brackets. This becomes an array, and you are storing the array of values, that is multiple values, into this array variable. This is not a normal variable. This is now a array variable. Fine. So let a is equal to square bracket in that list of values, that list of multiple values you want to store into that particular array variable. Okay. These are arrays, guys, in simple terms. Now let's understand more about arrays, guys. So for that, guys, let me practically demonstrate the arrays. So I'll launch this Visual Studio Code IDE, and here I'll create a sample JavaScript file, say demo.js. Okay, demo.js. In this JavaScript file, I'll create an array, guys. Say let a is equal to, or you can give any name, guys, for the array. And here I'll put the square bracket so that it will become an array. And here I'll store a list of values, list of multiple values I'll store into this array variable. How? I'll simply say 9, comma 1, comma 8, 4. Okay, 3 comma 7 comma 2. Okay, like this I have stored a list of multiple values. Okay, I stored in the form of array into this variable, guys. Okay, this is an array. Now, guys, the next thing comes is how to access this array elements. Okay, here each and everything is an array element, guys. Okay, this is an array element, this is another array element. Like this array has several array elements. How many elements does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Total 7 array elements are there now. So guys, you have to understand that when you are storing multiple values into this array like this, okay, each and every value will be stored in a memory with some index, guys. Okay, for example, here in this case, this array has how many values? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values, right? So in the memory, what happens is a kind of memory will be allocated for the array, and it will be broken into 7 slots. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this in the memory, guys. Assume that this is memory, and since there are 7 elements, this memory got splitted or okay segregated into 7 slots. Okay, kind of assume that, and in that here 9 is stored, next 1 is stored, then we have 8, 4, 3, here 8, here 4, here 3, then we have 7 and 2. Okay, here we have 7 and finally 2, guys. Okay, so in arrays, guys, okay, all the array elements stored in the memory are stored according to some index, guys. You have to understand this concept, right? You have to understand this concept very well, guys. All these values, since there are multiple values, right, in this memory location, all these values that are belong to the array will get stored according to some index, guys. Okay, this first value will be stored at the index 0 in the memory. The second value in the array will be stored at the index 1. Third value at the index 2, fourth value at the index 3, fifth value at the index 4, sixth value at the index 5, and last seventh value in this particular array at the index 6, guys. Okay, 0 to 6 index for this, because there are 7 elements, 7 array elements. So the first array element will be at the index 0, second one will be at the index 1, like this. You have to remember this index thing, guys. Okay, it's very important in arrays, and using the index only we'll be able to access the individual array elements from this array. Okay, without this index it's not possible for us to access these individual elements from the array, guys. So remember this concept of index. So what I am going to do here is I'm just going to write the statements like this: console.log of I want to access the first element in this array. Okay, first element in this array. For that, what is the name of the array? Name of the array is A. I have to put the square brackets here, and here I have to provide the index value of this particular first element. That is, what is the index of the first element? 0. Okay, till this will print 9. Okay, this will retrieve the first first element of the array, which is at the index 0. 9 will be printed. Now if I say console.log of A of 1, okay, at the index 1, what is there? Number 1 is there again. Okay, 1 will be printed. And console.log of A of 2, at the index 2 we have 8, guys, so 8 will be printed in the output. Console.log of A of 3, at the index 3, what is there? 0, 1, 2, 3, that is 4 is there, guys. 4 will be printed in the output. Then console.log of A of 4, okay, A of 4, here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 is in 3, at the index 4 we have 3, and at the index 5 we have 7, and at the index 6 we have 2. Just not to waste your time, guys, I'll just copy paste this. Here index 5 and index 6, at the index 5 we have 7, and at the last index, that is 6, we have 2, guys. Okay, done. Let's run this code, guys. Let's run this code and see whether we are able to access the individual array elements from this array by using their index value. Okay, index position. I'll just open the terminal, guys. I'll just open the terminal and wait for the path to come. Yeah, the path has come. I'll simply type clear command so that all the things will be cleared. Now I'll just run this code by using the node.js. Okay, node demo.js. Okay, this file, name of the file demo.js. Node. Enter. You see all the values 9, 1, 8, 4, 3, 7, 2 got retrieved. Okay, all the array elements got retrieved and printed according to their index. So hope, guys, you understood how to access the value stored in the array using their indexes, and you also understood the concept what exactly is index now. Now finding the length of the array, guys. Okay, now let's find the length of the array. How to find the length of the array? I'll remove all this stuff, guys. I'll remove all this stuff, or I'll just comment it out for a while. I'll just comment it for a while. I'll just put them under the multi-line comment so that okay. Fine. Now, guys, let me find out the length of this array. Okay, now we can easily count the number of elements in the array. There may be some arrays which will have lot of elements, and it will take a lot of time for us to count them. Okay, so in that case we can use this length, guys. Okay, so let's see whether we are getting a proper length. Okay, that is size of the array, how many elements are in this array. Okay, if you want to get that, you have to write console.log of a dot length. Okay, you have to use this length with this array. Okay, name of the array dot length. What is the length of the array? So this console.log will now print the size of the array or length of the array. Okay, whatever it is you can call. So I'll just say clear again and say no demo.js. What should be printed, guys? How many elements are in this array? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this should print 7, guys, in the output. Okay, you see 7 got printed. There are 7 elements in the array. So that is the length of the array, guys. We have to use this length for finding the length of the array. And now, guys, if you clearly observe here, so for accessing each and every element of the array, we have to use the index like this: a of 0, a of 1, a of 2. But how many lines I am writing here? Okay, to retrieve all the elements of this array, okay, I have to write the number of lines according to the number of elements in this array, right? That's the problem. If there are 7 elements, I have to write this console.log 7 times to retrieve each and every, to access and print each and every element in the array. We have to write this statement 7 times. That's the problem. If you have 100 elements, 100 lines you have to write. That's not a good practice, right? Instead of writing like this, guys, we can use a for loop with the arrays. Okay, I'll first use the general for loop with array, guys. Okay, I will first use the general for loop. What is the general for loop? For let I is equal to, okay, for let I is equal to, I'll start with the index 0, guys. Okay, I'll just go with the indexing concept. And when I'm trying to access the elements in this array, I have to use the indexing concept because the first element is at the index 0, right? So I will initialize this I with 0, guys. Okay, semicolon, I less than it is here up to 6 index, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means if I say a dot length, array dot length, that means If I is less than a dot length means the size of the array 7. I less than 7 means nothing but I is equal to 6, right? From I is equal to 0 to I is equal to 6. If I say I less than a dot length means the total size of the array is 7, guys. That means index is 6. So I can say I less than a dot length. This is the logic I'm writing. Then I plus plus I will say, and here I'll create the for block, and this is starting and ending of the for block or for body, whatever you can say, guys. Now what I'm going to do is, instead of writing the console.log statement multiple times for each and every element in the array, simply I'm writing console.log, and here I'll give the name of the array, and in the square bracket, instead of providing the index like 0, 1, 2 like that individually, I'll simply pass I here, guys. Okay. In the first iteration, the value of I will be 0, guys. Okay. The first iteration of this for loop, the value of the I will be 0. So A of 0 will be printed. That is the first element of the array will be printed. After that, I plus plus will happen, where the value of I will become 1, and 1 is still less than 7. So A of 1 will be printed. A of 1 is 1 will be printed. Then I plus plus 2 less than 7. Okay. A of 2, 8 will be printed. Then it will become A of 3. Okay. A of 3 will be printed. It will become 4. A of 4 will be printed. Okay. It will become 5. A of 5 will be printed. And finally, it will become 6. A of 6 will be printed. And when it becomes 7, 7 less than 7 is false. So we'll come out to the for loop. So this is how, using the for loop, we can access, okay, all the elements in the array. Okay. This is a better way of accessing the elements in the array compared to writing the individual console.log statements for each and every element in the array, right? For loop is better compared to that previous way of accessing the elements. Okay. You see, all the elements in the array will be accessed. That is 9184372 got accessed with the help of the for loop. Fine. But guys, there is a special loop. Okay. There is a special for loop which is designed for the arrays. Okay. Whenever you are working with arrays, guys, instead of using the normal for loop, there is a special for loop known as for off loop. Okay. What is that loop known as? For off loop. Okay. What is the name of this special for loop? For off loop, which is designed for arrays, guys. Okay. Whenever you get a chance to use some for loop with the arrays, go with the for off loop. Okay. How to use the for off loop? We have to write like this, guys. For, okay, I, okay, for I of A. Simple, guys. Okay. For I, or you can give anything, guys, X or A or B or T or something. Okay. I'll just give I here, guys. I stands for index anyhow. For I of just, even though it doesn't have any name, we can use it for index kind of thing, right? We can say I for index kind of, okay, whatever you feel. I of A, and simply I'll say console dot log of A of I. That's it. Simple. Again, the same thing, guys. Okay. Here, for each and every element in the array, we are printing the element using the index. Okay. It's the index of that array. Okay. For each and every index of the array, it will print all the elements in the array. This is the for of loop, guys, which is designed, which need to be used with arrays, guys. Okay. JavaScript, this for of is designed for, is provided or designed for using with arrays. So we are going to use for of loop instead of the general for loop with the arrays going ahead. Okay. Node demo.js. So what's the problem here? What's happening? I'm getting undefined 1348. So that means I'll say I, guys. Okay. There is a small mistake maybe. Let me say node demo.js. Now I'm getting, okay. So this is the each and every element in the array, guys. Rather than putting as I, guys, we'll put E, guys. E stands for element for each and every. My mistake, guys. I forgot to, okay. I just thought it as index, but it's an element, guys. Okay. For E of A, for each and every element in the array. Okay. For each and every element in the array, I'm printing that. Okay. Why it's printing? I have to provide E now. So let's see. Let's run it again. Node demo.js. Okay. Now it's fine. Okay. Now it's fine. Node demo.js. Okay. For each and every element of the array, the for loop will be iterated. Here, how many elements are there? Total 7 elements. Okay. For the first element in the array, from the array, the first element will be assigned. That is 9 will be assigned to E, and E will be printed here. And after that, in the next iteration, this for of loop will check whether there are any other elements available in the array. So it will take the next possible element from the remaining elements. So it will assign 1 to E, and E will be printed that iteration. And in the next iteration, again, any other elements left? Yes, there are other elements left here. In that first element, 8 will be assigned to E, and 8 will be printed. Again, it will check any other elements. Yes. In that 4 will be printed here. Any other elements? Yes. So in that first element 3 will be printed. Any other elements? Yes, 7 2. In that first element 7 will be assigned to E and E will be printed. And finally, any other elements? Yes, still more elements are there. In that first element 2 will be printed here. Any other elements after 2? No. So the for loop will come out. For of loop will come out. Okay, this is a functionality, guys, of the for of loop. It's not based on the index, guys. I was mistaken there. That's okay. Fine. Okay. So for of loop with arrays. Now we can store different type of data into a single array, guys. Okay, we can store different type of data into the single array. Here, all the data that is stored into this, all the type of multiple values that are stored into this array are of number type, right? Number type. But instead, I can store different type of data. Say 9 comma. Okay, I can store text data. Say Arun Moturi. I can store. In a single array, we can store all the different type of data, guys. There is no restriction here. Okay, I can store decimal type of data. I can store Boolean data. Again, I can store some text data. Okay, then I can store some Boolean data. So different type of data can be stored into a single array. Now, how to access this? For okay, for let's say E of A. Okay, for each and every element in the array. Let's try to print out, guys, what will happen. Let's see. Console.log of E, I will say, for each and every element in the array. Let's see whether these elements are getting printed or not. So node demo.js, yes, they are getting printed, guys. For each and every element in the array, all the different type of data are getting accessed and printed. Okay, using the for of loop. Okay, this is how we have to use for of loop, guys. It's a special loop in arrays. Okay, it's a special loop in arrays which have to be used with arrays. Now, guys, here let's go. Let me clear all this stuff. And now, guys, we can update the existing values in the array using index. For example, here, let me go to the very basic array. Let's say a is equal to 9 comma 1 comma 8 comma okay, 3 comma 7 comma 2 comma 4. Okay, let's give these values for now. There are 7 values. Now I want to update one of the value of this array. Okay, I want to update one of the value of this array. How to update one of the element of this array, or how to update the elements of this array? Simple, guys. Using the index we have to do. For example, I want to update this 7 with 6. Okay, in place of 7 I want 6, guys, in this array. So let's find out the index of this 7, guys. 0 1 2 3 4. 4 is the index, guys. So what I will do is a of 4 is equal to, I'll just give one more value, say 6. Okay, so what happens after this statement is, after this statement, the 7 will be replaced with 6, guys. Okay, we are updating the value that is stored at the index 4 in this particular array. Now after that, if I print console.log of a, it will print 9183624, not 724. It will print 624. Okay, because we have updated the value of the array, element of the array, which is at the index 4. That is 7 will be replaced with 6 here, updated with 6. Node demo.js, you see 9183. After that we got not 7, 6 is there, 624. Okay, this element got updated. Okay, this is how we can update the existing values in the array using index, guys. Now we have something known as pop, guys. There's something known as pop, which will remove the last element in the array. Okay, when I say a name of the array dot pop, this pop, okay, predefined method in JavaScript will remove the last element of the array. What is the last element in this array, guys? 918372. 4 is the last element, so 4 will be removed, guys. When I print the array after popping it out, after using pop function, when I print the array will not be having the finalized array. The resultant array will not have the last element, that is 4 will not be there, because 4 is removed here already. Okay, simply run this node demo.js. You see, 4 got removed, guys. Okay, the last element of the array got removed. You can use this pop any number of times, guys. Again, if I say pop again, what happens here is this one has removed 4, and the next last element is 2. Here this will remove 2, guys. Remaining elements will be 91837. When you print a, only 91837 should be printed now. Let's see, node demo.js. Yes, 91837 is only there. Okay, last two elements got popped out because of this pop functions being used. And one more thing, guys, here I'll remove one of the pop statement. Only one pop statement is there. So what does this particular pop will return? Okay, if I say console, if I surround this particular statement with console.log here, what will be printed? What is the return type of this pop? What will be returned by this pop? Whatever the element that is getting removed will be returned by this pop, guys. Okay, So if 4 is getting removed, then this pop function will return 4 here. Okay, so 4 will be printed here, and the remaining elements of the array will be printed here. Okay, let's see that. Node demo dot yes, you see the element that got popped out, that is the last element of the array that got removed, got printed here, and the remaining array got printed here. 918372. 4 is not there. 4 is removed here. Okay, this will remove the element that got removed. Okay, the array element that got removed. Similarly, we have push function. Okay, push will add a new element at the end of the array and retrieves the new length of the array. Okay, so what does it mean is, I'll just remove all this stuff. I'll just clear all this stuff. I will use push now. Push will add a new element at the end of the array. Okay, pop is removing the element from the at the end of the array, right? But unlike pop, push is going to, okay, push function of JavaScript is going to add a new element at the end of the array, guys. For example, here at the end, I want to add something like what we can add, guys, 6. Let's say add 6, guys. Okay, so push will add a new element at the end of the array, and here if I say console.log, after pushing, if I print the array, it will print 918374 along with the 6, guys. Okay, new element will be added at the end of the array, guys. Let's see that. Okay, node demo dot js. Okay, so you'll get 918374, and finally 6 is also there, which got pushed by this push function of the JavaScript. But what the push, you can use the push any number of times, guys, that's okay. But what is the return, what the push will return, guys? Push will return the new length of the array. Here what is the current length of the array? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Total size of the array is 7, guys, but after pushing, how much size it will become? 8. It should become 8, right? So here when I say console.log, after pushing, what is the size of the array? It will become 7 plus 1, that is 8, guys. Let's see whether we are getting 8 or not. Node demo dot yes, you see the new length of the array after adding this new element at the end of the array is being returned by this push function. Okay, that's a push function, guys. Like that, we have a lot of functions in JavaScript in regarding the with respect to the arrays, guys. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate one by one. Okay, next one is shift, guys. Shift will remove the first element in the array and shift left the remaining elements to the lower index. Okay, so I'm going to use shift now. So I'll say a dot shift. Simply I'll say a dot shift, guys, nothing much. Okay, when I say a dot shift, the first element of the array will be removed and remaining elements will get lowered. That means the element which was at the index 1 will go to the index 0. The element which is after, because the space got empty, right? This got removed. It will happen like this, guys. Okay, after the 9 got removed, all the other elements will move to the lower index. That means the next lower index. For if the index of this one is 2, it will go to the index 1 position, like that. Okay, that's what I'm saying here. Console.log of a. If I print a after shift, after using the shift function, the remaining array will be coming, guys. That is 9 will be removed from 9 will be removed because of the shift, and the final array after removing the 9 will be coming here. That is 183724 will come. So I'll clear it out and say no demo dot js. See 187 183724 183724 9 got removed here. Okay, the first element of the array got removed. But if I print this shift, a dot shift, okay, what will be happen? What will happen, guys, when I print this a dot shift? Whatever the element that got removed, okay, the first element of the array got removed, right? The value is 9, right? That 9 will be returned here. Okay, whatever the array element that got removed using the shift function, the shift function will return that array element here when you print. Okay, so this time, guys, 9 will be printed. After that, the remaining portion of the array will be printed. Okay, no demo dot js. You see the element that got deleted got displayed here, printed here, and the final array after removing the 9 got printed here. Okay, fine. That's how the shift works, guys. There is another function known as unshift, guys. Okay, there's another function known as unshift. Unlike shift, shift is going to remove the first element in the array, right? Unshift is going to add a new element at the first position of the array. Okay, so that means if I say here, instead of using shift, if I say a dot unshift, okay, it will add a new element at the beginning of the array. At the first position of the array, it will add a new element, guys. For example, here I'll add 6. Okay, a dot unshift of 6. Okay, so if I say console.log of a, what will happen, guys? This 6 will be added to the first position, and all the remaining elements of the array will go to the higher index. That means 9 which was there at the index 0 will go to the index 1. 1 which was at the index 2 will index 1 will go to index 2. 8 which was at the index 2 will go to index 3, like that. Okay, the index of these numbers, existing numbers, will increase by 1, whereas this one will go to the index 0. Okay, that's what is the purpose. So let's clear it and say no demo dot js. You see, the first element is 6. Okay, the unshift is adding a first element to the first position at the index 0, and remaining elements move to the higher index by 1. Okay, like that. Now what the unshift will return, guys? What the unshift will return? It will definitely return the uh, I mean length of the size of the array after adding this 6. Okay, after adding this 6, how much is the length of the array? Before adding it is 7, guys. After adding it will become 8, right? So console dot log of a dot unshift. Let's run this. No demo dot js. You see, the final length of the array 8 got printed here, and also the 6 got added to the first position of the array. Fine. That is shift and unshift, guys. Okay, after pop and push, I explained shift and unshift. Now we can also delete the specific array element from a particular index. Okay, for example, if I want to delete this 7, okay, if I have to delete this element which is the 7, which is at index what, guys? 0 1 2 3 4 is the index, guys. So we can say like this: delete a of 4, right? 4 is the index of the 7, so I am saying delete a of console dot log of a. So it will delete 7, guys. But the thing here is, guys, it will delete the element there. It will delete the element, but the index of the remaining elements will not change, guys. Okay, so that means here deleted item kind of message will come. That means here the item will be removed, but the space will not be filled for this particular index, guys. At this particular index no element will be there, kind of. Okay, you'll see that now. If I say clear, I say demo dot js. You see, the element which was there at the index 4 got deleted, but the space is not deleted, guys. Okay, the space is not deleted. The index position is still there itself. All the remaining elements are at the original index only. Only the one that got deleted, okay, that is empty here. Okay, there should be one element here. Okay, so that got deleted, nothing much. Okay? Like that. The small difference between delete, guys. Okay, that is a delete. How the delete works. You'll only remove the element, but not the. It won't clear the space. Okay, you have to you have to remember that, guys. Okay, delete will only delete the element from that particular index, but won't delete that particular space. Okay, it will not assign that particular index to any other element in the array. Now the next one, guys, sometimes, guys, we have to check whether this particular a, we don't know, right? Sometimes in the big programs or complex programs, we don't know whether this is an array or normal variable. We don't know. A can be a normal variable, or a can be an array also. How to find out whether this is really an array or something? For that, guys, we have to use something known as, there is a predefined thing known as array in the JavaScript. We have to say array dot. Okay, we have to say array dot is array. Is array is a function, guys. Okay, is array is a function. So we want to check whether this a is an array or not. Okay, I want to check whether this a is a array variable or not. So for that, I will say array dot is array of a. If this particular a is an array, this statement will return true, guys. Okay, the true will be printed in the output. You see here, no demo.js, no demo.js, true will be printed. Okay, true got printed. What if I create one more variable? Say let b is equal to some 9. Okay, is this b an array, guys? B is not an array, guys. Only a is an array which is storing multiple values, but b is only storing one value and it's not an array. But what if I pass b here instead of a? This will return false, guys. Okay, because b is not an array, so this particular is array function of the array will return you false. Note demo.js. You see, false got printed. That's how the is array function of the array will work in JavaScript. Now the next one, guys, hope you remember this type of, guys. I was using this type of in one of the previous sessions, right? Okay, so here, guys, if I say let a is equal to 9, okay, if I say console dot log of type of 9, what will be printed, guys? What will be printed in the output if I say type of 9? If I use this type of function in JavaScript, so 9 is a number, right? So number will be printed. Okay, so if I say no demo.js, you see number will be printed. What if I give here, I assign some text like sorry, here I have to say a, guys. Okay, just give 9, so I'll say 9 again. I'll run this again. You will get the same output anyhow. There's no difference. This will give number. Okay, because the value that is stored into this variable a is of a number type. What if I store a different value? Say I'll store my name into the array, guys. Okay, no name into the variable, guys. That is a variable. I'll store my name. So what is the type of this thing? It is a string type, right? Node demo dot JS. This is string type. String type is coming because this is a text string type. But if I store some boolean value, say true or false, into this variable, in that case, you will get boolean here. Node demo dot JS. You see, you got boolean. But what if you store an array here? Okay. So 9 comma 1 comma 6 comma 8 comma 2 comma 4. Okay, like this, if I'm storing multiple values into this variable, and this variable has become now an array, and if you say type of a, guys, it will print object, guys. Okay, for the arrays, object type is object, guys. Okay, you will get the object here. Node demo.js, you will get the object in the output. Type of function when used with arrays will result in object. Okay, that's what you have to understand from this type of. Now, guys, there is one more function known as concat function, which will concatenate two arrays. Okay, it can concatenate 2 or 3 arrays. So I'll create 2 arrays here. Let a is equal to this one array, and other array, guys. Let's say I'm just creating 3 elements in this second array. Now I want to merge these 2 arrays, guys. Okay, I want to club these 2 arrays, all the array elements of these 2 elements into single array. For that, I can say a dot concat of b. Okay, and the concat should return will the merged array will be returned, guys, by this concat. So I can store that into another array. Let's say c is going to be another array, guys, which is a combination of these 2 arrays. A and b array are got merged and are returned and stored into the c array. Now c is another array, guys. Okay, now if I say console dot log of c, you see all the merged array elements from these 2 arrays will be printed here. That is 916824 11 19 14 will be printed here as array. Array C will be printed like that, guys. 91682 11 19 14. Okay, 91682 11 19 14 will be printed in the output. Now I can also concatenate multiple arrays, guys. Like apart from A, B, we can also go for C. Say 22, 45, okay, 32, okay, 32, 19. Like this, I'm giving. Otherwise, I will not give 19 here. I'll just give some more value, like say 10, let's say. Okay, now I want to merge these 3 arrays into single. For that, guys, I will say let d is equal to new array d is equal to a dot concat of d comma c. Okay, yeah, okay, here I'm concatenating or merging 3 arrays into a single array, say d. If I print d, guys, all the elements, that is 916824 11 19 14 22 45 32 10 will be merged into a single array, that is d, and printed here. Just clear it out and say node demo dot js 916824 11 19 14 22 45 32 10. All the elements came. Now, guys, there is another function in the, which can be used with arrays for slicing the arrays, guys. We have to slice based on some index, guys. I'll remove all the remaining arrays and I will only keep one array here, and I will say a dot slice of. Okay, I have to give some index, guys. So for example, I want to slice from index 2. Okay, so slice means, you know, right, you slice a mango, right? What will happen when you slice a mango? You will get that particular piece you sliced from the mango, right? So the entire mango you are slicing into 2 parts, let's say. Okay, when you slice it, it will become 2 parts, right? From where you sliced, that part you will get. Okay, whatever the sliced thing piece from the mango, right, that sliced piece you will get, right, from the mango. So here also same thing, guys. So let's say here you have to slice based on some index. For example, if I say a dot slice of 2, that means starting from index 2 you have to slice here 0 1. So you are slicing this particular array from this index 2, guys. That means 6824 portion you are slicing it out, and this slicing portion, this slice will return you another array, guys. So I can say B is another array which contains the sliced portion of the original array. So if I say console.log of B, it will print the sliced portion of the array, guys. That is 6824. It will print, guys. Okay. Node demo dot, yes, sliced portion of the array, that is 6824, will be printed. Now sort, guys. It's very easy now. Okay, the things are becoming very easy now. So guys, here we have something like 916824. Are these numbers in ascending order or sorted order? No, right? If they have to be in sorted order, the first value should be in 1, and then 2 should be there, then after that 4 should be there, then 6 8 9 should be there. Okay, so I want to sort it, means I have to use this simple function known as sort function in JavaScript, so which will sort the elements in this array, a dot sort. Now if I print this a, guys, the A will have the value sorted now. Okay, that means 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 will be printed in the output. You see, node demo.js. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. And if in case guys you are storing some text kind of things into this array instead of the numbers, they will be actually sorted in ascending order, guys. Okay, here from lower number to higher number, but in text kind of array elements will be sorted in ascending order. Fine, that's how the sort works. Then we have reverse, guys. Okay, in place of the sort, I'm going to use reverse, guys. Reverse, you know the meaning of the reverse, right? The things will become reverse. That means last element will become the first element, last but one will become the last but first but second element, and last but one third will become the third element, like go on. Okay, so the order of this particular array elements will reverse. Okay, that means the new array order will be like 428 619, guys. Okay, instead of 916824, the new this one, a dot reverse. Okay, the moment I say reverse, guys, all the elements in this array will be reversed completely. Okay, so if I say clear and say node demo.js, you see the new array is like this, guys. After reversing the elements of the array, you see the last element came to the first position, 428619. Okay, the reverse order of the array. Now we can also store objects into an array, guys. In the last session, I was explaining about the objects, right? If you remember the last session of this series, I was explaining about the objects. So we can store the objects also into the array, not only the numbers or text or some boolean value or different type of data into the single array. We can also store objects into the array, guys. How to store objects into the array? First, let's create some objects, guys. I'll create some objects like two car models. Let's say Swift, okay, Swift object. Let's say. Okay, this is just this is how the object will be created in JavaScript, and this color of this Swift is, let's say, red color, and I'll put a comma here, and then price of this Swift is let's say 8 lakh rupees, then comma, then mileage. Okay, mileage is like 22.4745 or 47, whatever it is, and what else is left, guys? Wheels is equal to four wheels, and fuel type colon. You should not be using equal, guys. I'm saying equal when I'm explaining, but actually it is colon. Okay, fuel type colon is let's say in the double quotes, I'll say this is diesel. Okay, diesel diesel vehicle. Okay, like this. I created one object, guys. I created one object. I'll just copy paste this object, and I'll try to create another object now. Try to create another object. I'll just name this object as amaze, and here I'll just change the values, say gray color, and the price or cost of this particular amaze is 9. Okay, the cost is 9 lakhs, and here it will only give 14 kilometers per liter, and it also has four wheels, but this is fuel type. Okay, fuel type is petrol, guys. Okay, so I created two objects now, guys. Two objects, Swift object and amaze object, and these two objects I can store into an array, guys. How? So let's say let a is equal to, I can give Swift comma the name of the first object, that is Swift, the name of the second object. You see, like this also we can store the objects into the array, guys. Okay, and how to print this array? Console dot, let's print the array, guys, and see whether these objects are getting printed or not. Okay, so when I say console dot log of a, and here if I run this code, node demo dot js, it will print the objects. Okay, when you print this array, the objects that are stored in the array will be printed, guys. You see this starting from here, guys. The first object and second object got printed in the form of the array. Okay, we printed the array having some objects. So this is how, guys, we can store objects into the array. Okay, this is how we can store the objects into the array. Now what else is left, guys? These are all additional stuff, guys. Okay, till here is the required stuff. Okay, till here is the required stuff, guys, regarding the arrays. Okay, this will be enough. But if you want to learn more about the arrays, then you have to know that you can store objects into an array. Okay, there are some other functions you will not be using too much, but it's better to know, guys. Okay, it's very simple functions anyhow. I'll be creating array again. A is equal to 9 comma 1 comma 8 comma, okay, 4 comma 2 comma 7. Okay, let's say these are the elements of the array. Now if I say console dot log of, okay, console dot log of a dot toString. Okay, there is one function in the array, that is array functions, that is toString function, which will convert this array into string, guys. Okay, like this array format will be changed to string format. Only this will be left, guys. 918427 will be printed in the output, as you can see. I'll just go to the terminal again. So let the path come to this file. So after the path comes, I'll just type the command node demo.js. You see the string format. Okay, now array got converted into the string, guys, and you see the square brackets are not coming when you are printing. Okay, if you want to print this particular array in a string format, you have to convert that into a string using toString function. Okay, similarly, guys, in place of the toString, we can also use something known as join, guys. It's also same. Okay, this also converts the array into a string, guys. Same result you will get. Same result you will get. Let's say demo.node demo.js. You see, you got the same result, but there is some additional functionality in join compared to the, okay, compared to the previous one. Okay, toString, compared to the toString function, join has a different advantage where you can provide some symbol. If you don't want this string to be printed with the separation of the commas, you can give a symbol. Let's say I can give hash symbol. Okay, so what happens is in place of commas, a hash will come. Node demo.js. Okay, you see 9 hash 1 hash 8 hash 4 hash 2 hash 7. Okay, like this, guys, this is possible. This flexibility is possible. So, guys, it's all about the arrays in JavaScript. Okay, I demonstrated arrays from scratch to the detailed or advanced, okay, topics in arrays. I already demonstrated in this session, guys. You don't have to go anywhere else. This is all about the arrays, guys, that you have to know in JavaScript. So that's it, guys. See you in the next video session. Thank you. Bye.